So we are going to be doing just a little collective message. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing my normal tarot question live stream either tonight or tomorrow. Today, here at Zeus Angel Tarot, I'm going to bring you a little collective message for anybody who might be out there having a bad day, struggling. This is a message for you. So, first things first, miracle. This is the solar plexus chakra. Yellow is the solar plexus chakra, so we're dealing with the gut. Pay attention to your gut health, your stomach. You're getting messages from your higher self, your intuition through your gut. So pay attention to that. And if you notice here, it might be hard to see in the lighting, but there is this light coming out. And there's a person, you can see a figure of a lady here in the image. So I think that miracles can come in all shapes and forms, whatever miracle means to you, okay? Something good is coming. Something miraculous is coming, is on the horizon, if you're allowing it in. Now, if I can explain that for a moment, how do we allow miracles and good things to come in, to experience joy? There's different ways to allow for good things to come in. Number one, gratitude. Number two, acceptance, okay? I think that something or someone is coming into your life to lead you to something better. And the way that you are going to be on the path to accept this is by 1, changing your mindset, 2, accepting gratitude, 3, realizing things could be worse. Yes, honestly, hope is a very important thing, but also a mindset and knowing. You have to know that good things are coming. You have to know that it's going to happen. If you think bad things are going to happen, they will. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, Vittorio. So I was explaining how we have miracle and joy here and how to get on the wavelength to having those things happen to you. Number 1 is to know that good things are coming. Number 2, don't see obstacles as defeat. If something happens to you that you surmise as negative, you can spin that into a positive because it's character development. You're positive and grateful. That's great. Continue to be positive. Continue to be grateful. See everything that comes to you as a potential miracle. For example, your friend visiting you is a miracle. Hello. You want to know why that's a miracle? Because there are a lot of lonely people in the world. A lot of lonely people. And people coming and spending their time with you and their energy is actually very valuable for you. It's valuable. It's more valuable than I think that we realize because energy entanglement is real. The people that you surround yourself with, you're taking on, believe it or not, you're taking on their energy. Everything they have going on in their life affects you. So the way to see things as miracles is to understand what's really going on. Be very mindful. Thank you. What things are coming in August? Hi, Devin Ray. So we're going to be doing a general questions live either today or tomorrow. So if you're come back to the channel or if you want to do a session, you can email me. Shaylee says, truth, I have not been in the physical presence of another human in about a month. Yes, so the thing is now after COVID is that people's energy, they realize how important other people is, also how dangerous it can be to have other people around you. It can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing, it depends on who it is that surrounds you. So if you have people who you feel comfortable around, my email address is the same as the YouTube channel, Zeus Angel Tarot. I have different rates for different types of readings. Yes or no questions are $1. Question with Advice is $5. Celtic Cross Reading is $25. And then I do medium sessions. Those are $30. So if you're interested in that, or you can come to my live stream. Anyway, so yeah, so the miracles, I'm getting back to that. Any of you guys, thank you. Have any of you guys experienced something that was very positive that you could see as a miracle? Let's reframe everything in our lives as a miracle. I have a house over my head. I have food. That can be considered a miracle. It is a miracle to somebody who doesn't have that. Several times. Oh, yes, cool. So, but anyway, yes, if you start thinking like that, you're going to start feeling happier just in general. Because the fact that you even are able to wake up and take a breath and walk, believe it or not, that's a miracle. You getting up, you walking, that's a miracle. So, yes, good things happen to us every day, but we don't acknowledge them. When you become stressed out by life, that's kind of the time when you want to be grateful even more, because it takes away the stress of whatever the negative thing that happened. I got a flat tire on the way to work. That can be stressful. However, you can reframe that by saying, I'm lucky to even have a car. I'm lucky to have a job. I'm lucky, or I'm grateful, just to reframe that. You can also think about, if something negative happens, that's leading me to something else. If I didn't get a flat tire, I wouldn't have met that special person who is now I'm starting a business with. It's a diversion from the path, because it's leading you somewhere. It's leading you to something good. So that's another way to see things as a miracle, or as a blessing, as a gratitude. You can ask, what is this happening for? Why is this happening? It seems like a bad thing, but I think something good can come from it. Gratitude is important. People get lost in the problems they often manifest in their heads. That's 100% true, Mimi. Most of anxiety actually comes from people fearing things that aren't actually happening, fearing that things can happen. And if you wake up thinking that way, then you're going to make something bad happen. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you wake up thinking the fact that I woke up is a miracle in and of itself, you're already living the miracle. You're already having it happen. It's already happening. So wake up in that mindset. See how it changes your day. If something bad happens, instead of having a reaction, I know I get that way sometimes. I'm trying to ease out the swear words and to instead stop and say, this isn't great, but I have to understand why it's happening, and what is it going to teach me, and where is my path headed now? What is this opening up for me? Sometimes the bad things that happen are happening so that you can learn how to prevent them. I know that doesn't make sense. For example, relationships. If a relationship is happening, you've had experienced a bad relationship or a breakup or something like that, it seems negative, but it's teaching you something. You weren't supposed to be with that person, but what were you supposed to get from it? Let me see. For a personal example, I learn a lot about myself in every relationship I've had, whether it's good or bad. So I've learned to grow. I've learned what not to accept in my life anymore. Hi, how are you? Miracles happen every day, so we have to remember that. Let's get some more cards. Does Tony think of me? Hi, Payu. So today we're not doing questions, but if you want to PayPal me $1, I will go ahead and answer your question. Jenna Official, hello, how are you? You like guidance for me? You can go ahead and email me if you would like a reading. Today we're just doing a little collective message. You guys all want questions. Let's get a collective message. I'm going to be back on later. So if anybody wants $1 yes or no question, $5. I do have to charge now because I have some health issues that so I can't do them free anymore. However, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a free question live stream like I used to. So if you and your friends subscribe and you get the channel up to 1,000, I'll go ahead and do a free answer question for everyone. You're happy and grateful for the collective reading. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to decide which deck we could use today. Let's keep the miracle up. Let's keep it going. We all want something even greater to happen. What would you consider a miracle? Although I just went over the ways that we can see little things as miracle, I'm just curious what you guys think a miracle would be. Something magical. So let's see. For the collective, get a collective message. I do want to start doing the signs. Everything is a miracle. Nothing is coincidence. Very true. I like that. Something that ordinarily would not happen. Something out of the ordinary. Okay. Yeah, I like that. What do we have for the collective? I think there's a retrograde coming up. Honestly, I don't pay attention to it. Astrology. And the only reason I don't is because there's so many different types of astrology and they all cancel each other out. So I don't even pay attention to it anymore, to be honest with you. But I think there's a retrograde going on. What is happening for the collective? Let's see. Let's see if we can get a collective prediction and maybe let's see if it happens collectively. So first card out was the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So the Wheel of Fortune is actually great. Am I okay? I'm okay. I just need to go to the doctor. What? Everything happens for a reason. Don't forget. Very true. Very true. Either way, though, it looks like there's something good coming in. Hello, Nicole. Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune can be seen as destiny, which I love how we have destiny and miracle right next to each other. Being blacked out drunk and a cop arriving in time to grab me and pull me back as I'm about to fall into the ocean from docks. Wow, that is a miracle. In the middle of winter? Wow. Hey, you're meant to be here, Chile. I hope that maybe you learned something to protect yourself from that happening in the future. Shaylee, hope you are fine. Shaylee's doing amazing now. In the middle of winter, that's wild. Alaska. I have a friend who lives in Alaska. So we have the strength coming out. I love that because the strength is strength of will. It's strength of character. It shows that you're a strong individual. Basically, that's what the strength means. You had to ask why your belt was broken the next morning and I was being released. Wow, that's a wild story. I'm so glad that you made it out. So I love that. The Wheel of Fortune to the strength. This change that's coming, I feel like all of us are always experiencing change. We're doing a collective reading, Shazal. I am going to be doing a question and answer session this weekend sometime, either tonight or tomorrow. They will be paid $1 yes or no question or $5 question with guidance. So we'll be doing that tonight. Yes, we're doing a collective reading right now. Tower, oh wow, see this is change. I see this is a lot of change right now. The Wheel of Fortune and a Tower, that is a lot of change. You are 12. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why you're watching tarot at 12. Probably shouldn't watch tarot at 12. But we'll try to get a good message for you. I have chosen many lessons this lifetime, some more severe than others. And I have also been so very blessed. Amazing. Yes, so a lot of change is coming. The Queen of Wands is good change, though. A lot of tarot readers on YouTube will tell you that the Queen of Wands is a mistress. Actually, the Queen of Wands is badass in business. That's her main focus. She's a glow up. So, Chin Zhao, I'm not sure you should be worried about your fortune at 12. Have fun, go and play. That's your future, is to have fun. Period. Lots of love to Chile. So, love Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands too. The Queen of Wands has confidence. I think that if this is saying nothing else, this is saying to have confidence. Let's see. Why is the Tower here? What is the change? Nine of Wands in reverse. I don't like the Nine of Wands in reverse. Why is the Nine of Wands in reverse there? Four of Pentacles. So I'm getting a lot, when I do collective readings, a lot of the times it does talk about finances and money, okay? Because that is the main thing that we all have to do is earn income. The Four of Pentacles here is trying to hold on to what they have. The deck is amazing. I got this deck from Spencer's Gifts. It was $7. Pretty great deck. Let's see if I can find it. This is the deck. Spencer's Gifts. Oh ho, Shinzo. So cute, Shinzo. You don't have friends? You and your brother shift to Ohio. You gotta go out and make some friends. That's what your future is. You're gonna make friends, okay? So the Nine of Wands in reverse, to me, is like somebody who you just can't, that's that person who would take you to court over nothing, okay? So I don't like that. But the change here is saying that this individual, there's either a person or some kind of situation that you're gonna encounter that seems seems bad, and it seems like you can't overcome it, okay? It can be a person who wants to see you. It can be a boss who is unreasonable. You live in France? Awesome. Do I have twin flame? Is he Ashkar and Kita? So we're not doing question and answer session right now, my food. However, I do want to tell you to not put anybody on a pedestal, okay? Look at the relationship and how they treat you. If somebody's not treating you right, they're not a special person in your life. They're not meant to stay in your life. They're meant to teach you something. So ask that question. Yeah, if you had met your friend, you would be asking about them being, you would know. I love that. Yes, if somebody is meant to be in your life to stay, you're not going to question it. It's not going to be uncertain. So I would say probably take a break from that person. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know that person. I think some of us are holding on to negativity, okay? Some of us, the way that you like to read books, continue to read books. The way that I'm reading this right here, the miracle, the change that's going to happen has to do with our confidence and us releasing things that aren't good for us. Because the Four of Pentacles holds on to things like this, okay? And it can be money, because some of you guys could be seeing that there's people at work who don't treat you right and you're too afraid to stand up to them. There could be people from your past who you still have thoughts of them in your head, and it makes you feel bad about yourself when you think about it, like an ex. Right now is the time to release that, because that's trauma. That's what's causing you from being able to have the confidence. You have to let go of two different groups because of the way that they treated you. Yes, it's going to cause a lot more damage for you and your psyche to continue to be around people who bring you down. Okay, so I think that there's a releasing of people, a releasing of a lack of confidence, and learning to harness the confidence within you so that you can stand up to people who are unreasonable. People or situations that are unreasonable. Okay, so having the confidence, that inner confidence. You must go with God's calling. Whatever your calling is, you have to stay on that path, because if you deviate from the path, you're going to encounter difficulties. Let's see here. King of Cups. I love that. I'm going to suggest a book for those who are sad. Can I? Sure, you can recommend a book. Anything that helps. King of Cups. So along with confidence, getting your confidence together, standing up in the face of adversity, King of Cups also is in control of their emotions. Being in control of your emotions is one of the most important things you can do as a human. okay? Because the emotions are what lead us to feel sad, to feel joy. So it's good to experience all the feelings, to not repress them. You have to let them out, but you still have to be in control of those feelings. You can't let a sad feeling, you can't let it overtake your life. You can't make decisions from a place of emotional distress. Okay, that's like texting the ex when you're sad or things aren't going right. That's acting from a place of emotional distress. Quitting a job in a huff. Make sure you have your emotions in check before you're making any kind of decision. Let's see what Shinzo says. It's named like, I can't pronounce that, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita from India. Your late dad liked to read it. Okay. Is it on YouTube? We'll check it out. Okay, so the change that's coming is more confidence and emotional stability, controlling your emotions, which is amazing. A thought is always followed by a feeling, so protect your thoughts. Yes, absolutely. I love that. Protecting your thoughts. The way to stop anxiety is to challenge the thoughts that you have. Hello, Mario. If you have an anxious thought, a negative thought, intrusive thoughts, that can lead to feelings, bad feelings, but they don't need to be there. So where am I, please? For privacy, I won't reveal where I live. I can tell you I live in California. You learn that in rehab. To believe it or not, the book, the rehab book, I forget what it's called. There's a lot of lessons in there. Where can I buy these cards? You know, I bought these from Spencer's Gifts. So maybe if you have a Spencer's Gifts in the mall, you can try looking them up. I'm not really sure. So as I was saying, the good book and the 12 steps are actually really, really empowering. Anybody, I don't care who you are, if you work the 12 steps, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. Doesn't matter if you have a problem with drinking or with drugs. If you pick up the good book, as they call it, the 12 steps, it's actually really amazing, because what you're going to do is you're going to write down everything that you've done bad. You're taking accountability for all the things that you've done. And you're writing down all the things that other people have done to make you upset. So I highly recommend to read the 12-step book. I forget what it's called. Oh, it's like the 12 steps and traditions, something like that. It actually is, it's very eye-opening. So control your emotions, control your thoughts, and reframe everything as a miracle or having gratefulness. You're going to already be feeling amazing. Let's see. 1 year clean off hard drugs and alcohol. Good for you, Kevin. Then you know all about how to control your emotions, how to have more confidence, how to have conversations with yourself to take accountability, how to accept the bad things as a lesson so that they can teach you strength of will and character to be a better person so that you can improve your life circumstances, which honestly is way better than putting a spell on someone or doing anything like that. I don't like how I see videos on YouTube for your special person, because that's actually going against the other person's will. Pull that energy back. Don't give somebody else your energy like that. Pull the energy back. They should want to be around you. So I know that these are all the things that can make us feel bad and sad and take away from the miracle of life that we have every day when we wake up. Every day is a miracle of life. A relationship isn't needed for you to enjoy and accept the miracle of life. A relationship is a bonus. In fact, you have relationships with everyone you encounter. Everybody that you see, you have a relationship with. So just remember that. What are y'all talking? I only have my brother and my family, and he is a great brother. You know, family is actually the best. They're always going to be with you. Life happens for you, not to you. I love that. Yes. What else do we have for the collective? So yeah, just remember that life is a miracle. You experience it every day that you wake up, with or without a relationship, with or without all the fancy clothes. You're already experiencing a miracle because you were born. There's such a thing called the miracle of life. You were gifted the biggest and most amazing thing, and that's life. Being able to live, being able to breathe, being able to walk. Your mother gifted you a miracle. And also the sun, because this can sometimes talk about joy and having babies. You were your mom's miracle. You were a miracle to your parents. And when you were born, the miracle of life, the miracle of birth, you're a miracle already. You're happy that the two of you have each other. Yeah, it's good to have a sibling. Your spirit guides with you, and your father and mother are there as well. Aw, that is so nice. Keep your head up. So nice. So yes, anyways, as I was saying, continue to think that way. Just remember like the feeling and the joy that your parents had, maybe fear as well a little when you were born. If you can go back to that moment, we don't have the memory of that recollection because as a human, you're not able to remember that far back. But this is exactly what they were thinking and feeling when you were born. So to try and kind of keep that in your head, all right? Keep that in your head. You're a miracle. Even if you don't get along with your parents, it still was a miracle. Just thinking about the fact of conception is pretty amazing, right? So, and we have the card right here. The Sun card, which is, actually, we are on a roll right now, other than the 9 of Wands in reverse, which is not great. We've got nothing but amazing energy here, okay? We've got the Sun. You can look it up. This is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. So that, for example, Shaylee, your story, the thing that happened to you, you came out of it onto the other side, or there are so many survivor stories, people and, on the streets becoming CEOs. That is a perfect example of the Phoenix rising from the ashes. All the people in the Maui fires, they are having to rebuild their life, but they're going to rebuild, and it's going to be Phoenix rising from the ashes. Or, for example, in California, it gets flooded. It was flooded. I know everyone thinks California is perfect and amazing. We had basically a monsoon, landslides, people lost their houses, crazy things happen. Okay, it's another type of miracle in a sense. You could see it that way. People had to rebuild their lives, but that doesn't mean that it's over. It just means that it is leading you to something else. It's leading you to something different. Why is the card here? Okay. It's just, that's funny. Are you really 12? Wow. All right. Ooh, I have a few cards dropping on the floor. We have the Star card. I love the Star card. So, and in this deck, the Star, there's actually a fairy. It's the Tooth Fairy. Have you guys, do you guys remember the Tooth Fairy? Shinzao, do you have a Tooth Fairy? Did you lose your teeth and then put it under your pillow and your parents gave you $1? That's what we do here in the States. So we have the Tooth Fairy. This could be a message that some of you guys might need to go to the dentist. I always think that this can mean the dentist. Okay, but either way, pay attention to your dreams. Okay, don't give up on your dreams, because there's things working in the background to make it happen. It's like your guardian angel while you sleep, kind of making things happen for you. You got $10? I never got $10 from the Tooth Fairy. That's a lot. You love this. I love the Star card as well. This is Aquarius energy. And I see the star as indicating a lot of things. It's one of the most positive cards in the deck. Next to the sun, we've got the sun and the star, which is amazing. And if you think about that, that's the sun and the stars in the sky. And absolutely, it couldn't be anything more than a miracle when you have the sun and we're only missing the moon card here. It could be the sun, the moon, and the stars. Your dreams have been so vivid. Yes, pay attention to your dreams because that is actually your subconscious talks to you in your dreams. So if you didn't know that, your subconscious talks to you in your dreams. That's why they tell you to have a dream journal. You can write down your dreams because it can let you know what's going on in your subconscious. It's another way to get closer to the higher power. Whatever your higher power is, it's another way to get closer to yourself. You don't remember your dreams? I don't always remember my dreams either. What I would recommend for you is to do meditation before sleeping, because it says you're probably not sleeping deeply enough to have dream. You have to be deep in REM, which is rapid eye movement. So if you do meditation before you go to sleep, it can help you sleep more deeply so that you can have a dream. But hi, Mike D. Hello. Yes, I will be doing tarot questions either today or tomorrow. You can always email me if you want. We are still doing the collective message. The star. This to me is healing because it did kind of come out in the reverse. So the star in reverse is like dreams that haven't been realized, or it can also talk about a lack of healing here. Miss, can you tell me my future, please? Shinzo. I don't really like I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like doing fortune telling because it messes with your intuition. I do readings as for self-development, but if you go to anyone and you pay them for your future, you're basically giving them the rights to write your story. You're giving them power. And instead, you should use your intuition because it has all the answers. You have more answers than your tarot readers have. Maybe when your channel grows, you can do a meet and greet with subscribers. I would love to meet you. Potentially, yes. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, then the channel will be official. So if you want to see the channel grow, get your friends to subscribe. I will do a free question and answer session live. So everyone will get a tarot question for free. Keep a dream journal, write down anything that you remember as you wake up. That's very good advice. But yes, anyway, so back to the collective message. I feel like there could be somebody who comes in to help you out. Somebody could come in and help you, okay? Because I see the King of Wands here as a helpful person. But it can also be seen as a very arrogant person if it's in the reverse. So why is that there? The Chariot. There's a decision to make. I love the Chariot. I see the Chariot as being at a crossroads always because you have to choose a direction when this is a centaur, so it's a human and a horse together, because the Chariot is usually like an automobile or a car because it signifies travel or a choice and path. Metaphorically, you have to choose a life path. And the centaur here is trying to choose a direction. So a lack of a decision here. I feel like we could have a lack of confidence when it comes to making major life decisions because of unhealed trauma. So if you know what you want, go for it and don't talk yourself out of it. The only person who has the answers is you and your intuition. If there's something that you say that you want to do and you're questioning it, are you questioning it because you're afraid to go for it? Because you have self-doubt? Or because you're really uncertain that you want the thing? I think more like I have self-doubt, I have fear, I have anxiety. And that's why I'm not choosing the thing that I want. And that's why I'm going to stand here and not make a decision. You're going to make the decision. You're going to go after the thing that you want. You're going to have confidence. And if you fail, then that means you're meant to do something else. Don't sit and linger. You know what you really want. You know what you really want. Do the thing. Don't have the self-doubt. Don't have the imposter syndrome. Don't let your emotions take over. Don't let the lack of confidence or other people's thoughts, negative criticism of you prevent you from living your life. They're not the ones who get to choose. The tarot readers, we're not the ones who choose your life. You choose it. If you want to be with that person and you come to a tarot reader, we really can't change how that person feels. We can only tell you what you already know, pretty much. Tarot will tell you what you already know. Any future predictions is based on current patterns. So remember that. I sub you. Oh, thank you very much. Centaur's scary. It's kind of scary, isn't it? You said it's scary. You guys want to see the deck? Shaylee says they're called palm readers. You have to be really careful with who you trust. This for your spiritual goes through. There are many people who are fake and who like to hurt others. So always listen to your heart. Your heart will never lead you astray. Absolutely. In fact, when you say your heart, it's actually your brain, because the brain rules the heart. Love comes from the brain. Everything is the brain. That's where the soul is. So when we fall in love with our brains. Our hearts just pump the blood. The centaur will leave you alone if you are kind to yourself. It's not real. There's no centaurs in real life. Don't have to worry about that. But yeah, absolutely. Palm readers, you can learn how to read your own palm with Google. In fact, my palm actually says that I'm not going to get married or have children. And it says that I'm going to be wealthy. That I could have money. It says a lot of things about me. So it's interesting. You can read it yourself. You have the headline, and then we have the heart line, we have the lifeline, there's this line. If you look up those 3 lines, you can read your own palm. You don't need to pay anyone. You can do your own tarot. You don't need to pay anyone. In fact, you can get an app right now that's called the AI Tarot, and it will read the tarot for you through a computer. You really don't need to pay anyone. Yeah, but basically, as a tarot reader, I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen and to help encourage you to make right decisions. If I'm doing anything else, then I'm just taking your money. So, my brother says they don't exist. I don't know. I know horses are real. I don't know about unicorns. I've never seen a unicorn, but I have seen, it's a rhinoceros. I've seen a rhinoceros, and they have horns on their head. Kind of looks like a unicorn. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Ace of Cups. They do, many just cannot see the world in the same way that others I can, and that's okay. You own your own tarot, but I come here for confirmation. Oh, that's good. That's good that you have your own deck. I always tell everyone, learn the tarot, get the deck, because it's actually very insightful. And it's fun when if you get confirmation, it's exciting. It's fun. We're just running through the deck here. Probably going to get off in about 20 minutes. We do have the 9 of Swords, the chicken here. Chicken or the rooster. Anxiety, as I was talking about before with anxiety is a fear of something that could happen. If you get in control of your emotions and your thoughts, anxiety becomes less and less because you realize that you have the control, and that if you're afraid of something happening, you're gonna make it happen probably because you're thinking about it so much. Meditation, prayer, spell casting, those are all the same things. Journaling, it's essentially all the same thing. You're putting energy into the world to make something happen. So when you have anxiety, a thought that repeats in your head, an image or a thought, you're basically gonna make it happen. So if you don't want to make bad things happen, don't think bad things, don't think them, If they come into your head, because they will, then you're going to counter it with a positive thought, a more realistic thought. So that's how you can defeat your anxiety. By the way, I will buy these so I can improve my drawing. Okay, if you can find it online. Isn't this the Chinese year of the rooster? Oh, that's a good question. The Chinese year of the rooster, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to Google that. So that's the anxiety that we have. Ace of Cups has actually been coming out for me a lot. This is the giant whale. I kind of feel like that goes back to the miracle, because as I was saying before, a miracle is anything that we think it is. We can say that me washing the dish is a miracle. But I think this is a big thing. There could be a lot of new things, big things happening. Okay, like giant whale. If you guys have ever read, what's that book about the whale? Walt Whitman? No, not Walt Whitman. No, it's The Year of the Dragon. Oh, okay, it's The Year of the Dragon, not the rooster. You made a cardboard dragon last week? That's pretty cool. So this reminds me of that book about the whale. I'm flaking on the title, Moby Dick. This actually reminds me of Moby Dick because it is something big that we really want to make happen. And that's kind of how I see the miracle as well. It's that whale. It's the Moby Dick of things that we want to have happen in our lives, right? The judgment, we have Cerberus on here. Cerberus is the dog of hell. He guards the gates of Hades, which is hell. That's what this is. But he's got a bunch of heads on there. But what this actually is saying, it's like, do not enter, do not pass without dealing with whatever this demon is here. They are real. You think dragons are real? Now we have the hounds of hell here. Hades, Cerberus is the hounds of hell, which is interesting if you Google that. And then, so that's judgment. There's judgment coming in. So that means that there's going to be, this could be a court ruling. If it's not a court ruling, it can be a marriage. Something's being judged. Something's being assessed as to whether or not it's a good thing. It could be your character. It can be other people's character, okay? The judgment is something that's being assessed. And then we have the death. At this point, I'm just showing you the deck because it's pretty nice. The death card, Scorpio energy. As I said before, we had the Tower, which is also Scorpio energy. So this is change. I always see, if I'm getting a lot of Scorpio, that means, because they're the agents of change, basically, you know, if you know anyone with major Scorpio placements, they absolutely embrace change. And this is major change. You can't get any more change than the Tower and the death. Everything is real, Shinzo. You're gonna go draw all of them? Oh, that's cool. Yes. You've got the skeleton there with the Grim Reaper, and then you have the gargoyle, the Tower. Some of you guys could see a gargoyle, okay, on a building or something like that. If you see the gargoyle, pay attention because something could happen. There could be a major change that happens if you come across a gargoyle. I don't think there are a lot of gargoyles anymore, but you never know. You're Scorpio rising, so then you know about being an agent of change. The agent of change. We have, oh, didn't I say before, all we need is the moon, and we got the moon. So there could be a touch of insomnia, if some of you guys are having insomnia, but also this is your subconscious. We have the sun, the moon, and the stars. This is a great reading. The sun and the moon, these two are opposing. The sun is having knowledge, okay? It's shining light onto things. You know, it's positivity, but it is also knowing things, shining a light where there wasn't one. And the moon is the darkness, the shadows, the subconscious. And then where, like at night, you're having anxiety at night. I feel like there could be some nighttime anxiety. If not that, once you could have nightmares, all right. But I do also see with this card that it's like you're a different person at night. Something different happens at night, okay? That's why we have the werewolf there. To me, I would see it as anxiety as having negative thoughts at nighttime, because that's when you have the most amount of downtime when you're alone. That's when you really want to focus on your confidence and the type of thoughts that come through your head, okay? Remember, you're a miracle. Remember that good things are happening to kind of help to alleviate some of that subconscious negativity that you could have going on in the nighttime, okay? And this is, I feel like these are opposing elements here, because the sun, right, the sun is the day and then the moon is the night, and those are opposing elements. So you want to make sure that you're not having opposing elements, that you're always on the same wavelength. But yeah, the sun and the moon. You like the nighttime? Is Santa real? I don't know. It's real if you want it to be. I know we also have Krampus, right? We have the Page of Swords in this deck. The Page of Swords is the Headless Horseman. I always failed to understand just exactly why they would put the Headless Horseman as the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is not the most knowledgeable. We consider the Page of Swords as a snoo because they're considered the stalker around here, but actually the Page of Swords I almost always see as a student or somebody who's trying to learn, because they have curiosity. They don't initiate action because they just have curiosity, okay? But I feel like at nighttime, this to me is saying a lot of you guys could be on your phones at night, looking at people's accounts on Instagram. That could be causing some anxiety at night. By the way, a lot of scrolling on your phone isn't good. If you're scrolling at night before you go to bed, it's going to affect your dreams. It's going to affect your thoughts. It's going to affect you. Don't stalk your ex on Instagram before you go to bed, okay? Look at something nice, read a book, meditate, put your phone away. I saw him once when I was very, very young. Santa? Does Santa hate me? He never gave me gifts. If you know someone named Santa, then yes, it's real, sweetheart. You guys are fun. Three of Pentacles, working together with other people to gain the knowledge that you don't have. I like the Three of Pentacles because the Three of Pentacles actually is teamwork. So if there's something that you don't know or that you can't do, you can gain the knowledge by asking Google or by asking your friends, okay? Go out there and collaborate. Ace of Pentacles. This one comes out for me personally a lot. If you do your own tarot and you have a card that comes out for you significantly, pay attention to that because it's something that's going to happen to you. Ace of Pentacles is the Mandragora in this deck, some kind of flower. It's planting the roots. If you read tarot, you're going to know that the aces are new, but it also is a time indicator, especially because we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles. This change that's coming in is going to be significant, and it could actually take like about a year for it to come into full effect. The Pentacles is slow, so this could be a year. This could be a year, and a year from now, things are going to be really different for you. Gifts are not always items. That's very true energy. No one hates you. You're a star. Yeah, you're a star. You're a drawer. You could draw. I'm not very good at drawing myself, so. Let's taking a look at this deck. We have the Hierophant, and this deck is a voodoo warlock. I've never done voodoo in my life. Kind of creeps me out, actually. But we have the Voodoo Warlock because the Hierophant, if you watch other tarot readers and they tell you that the Hierophant means that you're going to get married, that isn't really what the card necessarily means. It can mean a serious commitment, but typically I see it as a spiritual leader, or you're getting closer to the higher power. It's almost like a priest or a clergy or somebody very traditional. It's a very traditional. That's why you can see it as marriage potentially, because it's a serious traditional commitment. But I think that a lot of you guys could be having changes in your finances or in your life because you're becoming more spiritual. So even maybe a spiritual job or something like that, becoming more committed, finding ways to become more spiritual and committed to your spirituality, maybe making money from spirituality or having that be your job. The Magician. This is actually a pretty good reading. I don't know. I'm not doing the Celtic Cross right now. We're just looking at the cards. We're seeing what energy we're pulling in. Most of it's actually pretty good. So I love that. We have the Magician, the Warlock. That's a Spirit wants me to do. Well, you better get on it. That's how I interpret the Hierophant. The Hierophant is definitely the clergy, or a spiritual leader, or having commitment to spirituality in a sense, traditional spirituality, right? Even like going to church or something like that. And that's how I would see the Hierophant. And now we have the Magician. And in this deck, the Magician actually he's making fire there because, you know, as a magician or a warlock, you're able to use the elephant. I said elephant. The elements. That's hilarious. Yeah, confirmation. Someday when I get a new computer, I will teach tarot course. I think everybody should learn the tarot. Okay, the Fool. This is even more spiritual. I see the Fool as very spiritual. The reason I see the Fool as spiritual is because they go into the world with new eyes. And they're on a path to learn. It is a spiritual journey of enlightenment, actually. So I can see the Fool as somebody who's going on a journey, going on a spiritual journey, doing something different with their life, actually sometimes traveling around. I sometimes see it as someone's traveling around the world because the Fool is doing something. They don't know anything about it. They are creating a path, a new path, embarking on a new path. And the reason it's the Fool is because they don't have any knowledge. With the Page of Swords, I think that there could be something new that you guys, maybe potentially the collective, is wanting to do, become spiritually enlightened, but you don't know about it. It's almost like, for example, if I want to go to India to learn how to become a spiritual master or a guru of sorts, okay? I'm gonna go on a retreat with a spiritual advisor, and that is kind of how I see the Fool. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be doing something new that you don't know anything about. Studying abroad, taking a class to learn something, going on YouTube to learn something, doing something new, starting to pray more, something new, okay? Some kind of spiritual journey of sorts, and that is how I see the Fool. It's not always going to be the Fool. He's only the Fool now because he hasn't gained the lesson and the knowledge that the Hierophant has. He hasn't gained that yet, but he will. He, she. I definitely attend your tarot class. You explain this perfectly. Perfect. Complete surrender. Upcoming days, financial condition, good or not? Nabin, if you want a question, you can email me, or you could come back to my tarot question live, which I will be doing probably later tonight or maybe tomorrow. The questions are going to be $2 for yes or no. I did say $1, but it might be $2. I'm not sure yet. I would highly recommend the $5 one because I will pull a lot more cards for you. And to be honest, if you're going to be asking a yes or no question, there really are no cards that mean yes or no. Just as knowledge for you, Yes or no doesn't exist in the tarot meanings at all. The way we interpret a yes or no is by if the card is a positive meaning, if it's in the upright. But yeah, $5 options are the better one, because I will pull more cards for you. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man can be considered a traitor, but the way that I see the Hanged Man is actually gaining perspective. It's usually a pause or a break in something in your life. And the reason that this pause or this break is happening is because there's something that questions your beliefs. Your beliefs are in question. So now you have to think about it, process it, and see it from a different perspective. If any of you guys have a good day, Shinzo. Thanks for coming to the session. Enjoy your sandwich. I've never had a 12-year-old in my chat. This is different. Anyway, yes, the Hanged Man. So there could be a sense or a feeling like things are stalled or delayed, and that's because you have to change how you view things. You have to change how you look at things. As I was saying before, the miracle of life happens for us every day we wake up. We've already been born. So if you want a miracle, you just have to see things as a miracle. You have to see it that way. And if you have to pause to process, for contemplation, pause, take a moment, take a break, step back from the situation, reframe it, think of it differently. I am not leaving, Ro. You're not leaving. You're going to make some ramen? I love ramen. So we have the Hanged Man there. Could be a delay or a change in perspective that needs to happen before you have your breakthrough idea. Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a great card. And this deck is actually, I can't pronounce it. It's a Mexican word. I think it's Mexican. If anyone knows what Quetzalcoatl means, that's what this little thing on here is. Ace of Swords. I'm going to have to Google that. I think it's something Mayan, actually, because there's like a pyramid in the background. This is a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. Ace of Swords is a breakthrough. It's clarity. It's clear thinking. And once again, because it's an ace, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. To me, that suggests something new that could actually happen in a year from now, or it's something that will take a year to cultivate, okay? You never do any mistakes. Oh. Let's see, what else do we have? Queen of Pentacles. This is talking a lot about business, resources, finances. That's what I'm picking up on a lot here. Typically when I do collective readings, that is what I pick up on. I haven't picked up on anything about love here. That's not our focus. Our focus is a miracle, because we have love every day when we give it to ourselves. But in this deck, the Queen of Pentacles actually is a lady. She's a tree lady, which is interesting. If you can see, that's a woman, but it's also a tree. Because the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Resources, actually. The Queen of Resources. So there could be a change in a lot of your guys' career or money, the type of money that you make. I know a lot of people are wanting to work for themselves or work remotely. There's a lot of changes in in the US in the job market. Just in general, there are a lot of changes in the job market. I see it happening all the time. A lot more people are taking the initiative and starting their own stores, or they're going on Instagram or Etsy. People are starting their own businesses, they're starting to work for themselves. I see a lot of people doing that. If that's one of you, I definitely see this as confirmation for that. If not, something in a year is going to change. It's going to be major. And it has to do with how we make our money, or how we handle our business, our affairs. Yep, see, King of Pentacles. The King, now this could absolutely be a husband and a wife, because in the tarot, the Queen and the King of Pentacles are counterparts. So you could be meeting someone who invests in your idea, could have a partner, could be a love partner, but I see a lot changing in the way we do business and the kind of money that we make, the career that we have, and the way that we structure it. A lot of things are changing. But we need to take a step back to reassess. I feel like a lot of us haven't had that breakthrough idea yet that's going to lead to the financial freedom that this is talking about here. That can absolutely be a miracle. King of Pentacles. This is the leprechaun in this deck. I always thought that this guy looked really greedy because the leprechaun never wants to share his pot of gold, okay? You might see the rainbow. You might be like, where's that pot of gold? Which is kind of funny because I'm a redhead, okay? And I definitely like to manage my finances. I like to manage my finances. I like to know where, as we all should. Do you really need Netflix, Hulu, and Spotify? Do you really need it? Do you really need that Starbucks coffee every day? Starbucks has plastic in its coffee. There's plastic in everything. Do I want to spend my $5 to $9 on a Starbucks coffee that probably has plastic in it? Just saying. Hold on to your money when you have it. Definitely an entrepreneur, cosmetologist. Awesome. So this is kind of turning into a financial seminar now. I could talk all day about how you can not go into debt. It's challenging, but spend less. Don't buy so much stuff. That will really help you. Hold on to the money that you have. King of Pentacles. Yeah, the leprechaun holds on to his money. He doesn't share his gold. He just collects it. This is fun. Okay, so it's definitely looking like a financial miracle. 8 of Cups could be a move for some of you guys. 8 of Cups is, I don't always see the 8 of Cups as like a breakup. Like I broke up with them, I walked away. And most of the time anyway, nobody's walking anywhere, they're texting. They're not walking. But I do see the 8 of Cups in this deck because he's a pirate as travel, or it could potentially be like, I got a job in another country, now I'm going there, or I work remotely. I definitely see it. You canceled your Netflix and you're budgeting with Dunkin' Donuts. Good, do it. And in fact, if you buy really expensive beans and you make it at home, even better, because you're gonna save much money, you're gonna make it the way that you want, and you're going to know everything that you put in it, because you don't know what they put in their stuff. You don't know if that barista washed their hands. You don't know if that barista spit in it. You never know. Like, I love coffee, but I see the 8 of Cups here as potentially a travel overseas, because sometimes, and when I see this card and I do readings in real life, literally, it can be a long distance move or a long distance travel, pirating, going overseas. You could actually go onto a boat. Some of you could maybe even be taking a cruise. If that doesn't relate to you, there's something that is you're leaving behind, physically leaving something behind. Why the 8 of Cups? 3 of Swords. Oh, heartbreak. So I sometimes also see the alien as being from another country, because if you're, for example, if I went to Europe, I'm here in America and I went to Europe, they would consider me an alien if I tried to move there. It's another word or term from being in a country that you weren't born from, alien. So although I do feel like a lot of you guys could be trying to leave behind painful financial situations, jobs, or relationships, or something that made you feel alienated, because literally this is saying that the heartbreak comes from feeling alienated, feeling alone, feeling alienated, feeling different. So this is leaving that behind. It could be metaphorically, if you're not literally moving to another country, because I could see this as that. You could have left a painful relationship. You could have decided to leave a job that was negative, or that's what you want to do, or even a person. Maybe there was a person who took advantage of you for your finances. You're not going to do that anymore. So, darn, it was so positive, but then we got these cards. But actually, I still see this as positive, because if there's anything that was making you feel sad, bad, or like you weren't enough, okay, that doesn't have to be a relationship, but it could be. I think those days are over. I feel like this is being phased out by the changes that you're making. So the changes that you're making are going to help you to not feel alienated, feel like you're not doing enough, feeling like you don't have enough. You got to change those thoughts. You have to change them. Change starts within. Change starts with your thoughts, okay? So leave that behind. If you have anxiety, you have to work on that every single day, every single thought. 6 of Wands, success. There's nothing but success all over this reading. And I love 6 of Wands, because the 6 of Wands and the star can literally mean fame. Where did that star go? And it's hidden here amongst all these cards. But the 6 of Wands and the star together can actually mean fame. But anybody can be famous now. If you have a YouTube channel, your cousin, yes, hey, anybody can be famous now. If you have Instagram, you can start a broadcast channel. You can get 1 million hits. This is attention. This is recognition. This is things working out for you. Absolutely. And something's going to be pretty big here as well. And it could absolutely take a year, because we've been getting a lot of cards that would signify this change is going to take some time. So don't think that this is going to happen tomorrow. You're just going to win the lottery. By the way, if you're playing the lottery is rigged. I wouldn't even bother. There's too many people trying to win it. You're better off probably trying to get 1 million followers on Instagram. You could probably make that happen. This is a day and age where all you need is your phone, and you can get all the attention. You can get success. You can get the fame. You don't need to be a movie star anymore to have attention, followers, fame, recognition. All you need is probably AI in your phone. I haven't used AI, but you can use AI for anything, literally anything. 8 of Wands. So I definitely feel like this is, when I do collective readings, it always talks about traveling, but this is a lot of things happening. So the 8 of Wands, this is communication, fast communication, maybe even travel or long distance. So things are going to start moving faster for you. You might even get like a lot of messages. If you are looking for a job, I think that you're going to hear back, okay? If this isn't about a job, maybe there's somebody who's going to give you some attention. You're going to get some attention. Definitely. This is really good. This is a really good reading. 6 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. Need I say more, you guys? I'm probably going to end this live because I start getting tired after an hour. My throat starts to hurt. But anyway, so I feel like there's a lot of good progression in the career sector for the collective. It looks like there is a lot of opportunity out there to make changes in your money, even if you're just spending less. It's going to happen. So continue to believe, continue to remind yourself every day that you are a miracle, that you are a gift. Keep that mindset going and watch how success happens for you. Okay, you guys, thank you all so much for being here. I am going to do the question and answer session probably later today or maybe tomorrow. So make sure that you have your notifications on so you can catch me when I go live next. The questions are going to be either $1 or $2, and then the $5 options, just like last time. If you did want the free reading, make sure you get your friends to subscribe, because I'm going to do another free question live when the channel gets to 1,000. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all your energy. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Love and light.